all the latest developments happening in Gambian football. And today will be no exception because I have a very important personality who is perhaps one of the most important personalities when it comes to Gambian football, because he is no other person but Mr. Sangdong. It's a pleasure to have you here on this platform.
Thank you very much, Mariam.
First, before we go to the discussion proper, I know the stakeholders tournament was Mr. Lamin Kabambani. Unfortunately, we clashed out at the first round. It was a knockout, but we could not proceed. Sang here is the head coach of.
Thank you very much, Mariam. I think on a more serious note, I think the objective was achieved.
Absolutely.
The objective was not only the result, but bringing stakeholders together.
Right.
And that was the topic of the day, to go enjoy ourselves and have fun. And you were the team manager, and I was the coach, and we did whatever we can. But you know, we got more coaches, experience, and we've all learned from it. Both the federation and the coaches association are thinking about next year that will be more entertaining and will have a better interaction than this time, which is having everybody on the same day on the same pitch together, and that will help us to strengthen that relationship between us.
Absolutely. We will also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Mr. Bajo for back. It was a very important one, and of course, recognizing the best coach and of course the best players, it goes a long way to encourage all of these individuals that are. Next time we are coming big and we are coming better because we are having all of those our important players that have been playing in the national team. Omar unfortunately did not make it. He was calling me like 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice. At least we saw the best players were Buba and the Pabi.
Yes, as well.
No, the last time I saw Ismaila, and this time it's totally different. He needs to buckle up for next year.
Absolutely.
He should start training now for next year.
Yes. The Federation over the weekend presented football materials to three football regional football associations. Tell me more about this, Mr. Mark.
Yeah, Mariam, about a friend of ours, which is Burama Diba, who met this Gambian American who is called Tony Sane, and he's running his family. He was able to link Tony with the president, which is Kaba Bayo, and with that, Tony started by sending equipments that we should distribute to the needy ones, not to teams who've got everything, but to make sure everybody have a taste of what he got. And it was a big hustle to get the container out and to keep it. It took over a year now, almost a year, but finally we were able to do it on Saturday.
So apart from the three regions you have presented, are all the regions going to benefit from this equipment?
No, even as I am speaking, I think everybody got theirs. We made sure we left here on Saturday morning. Here on Saturday, these equipments were delivered to them. Living there, we went straight to Basse, where we did the same. In Basse, we met one or two of the EXCO members together with the regional coach and the stuff. The whole equipment were delivered to this guy. And from there, we came back home. So during the course of this week, we've been doing the ones next to us. North Bank is already done. Banjul is done. KMC is done. And also West Coast is done. So I think all of them got this. And this is one way of, we talk about development and decentralization. If you look at the resources available in Banjul, KMC and West Coast, it's totally different with the resources available in the provinces. So such gestures need to be extended to the last village in the country, even though it's not much, but one ball is a lot if you take it to a village. You know, so we made sure we took at least 100 balls, which is 50 size 3s and 50 size 4s, We took some beeps, some referees' uniform, a lot of things we are taking. All these things were in the container, and we were able to make sure every regional association got some, and we through our channel, which is the Football Association, and the regional coach representing the Football Federation of the region.
It's very important. You made mention about referee jerseys and of course balls and all of that. Now, can you give us a whole set exactly? I saw balls, of course, referee jerseys.
We had some balls, we had some jerseys for teams. We had some T-shirts, we had some sanitizers, we had second-hand clothing, and all those things were packed together and delivered to these people. So even though with that we made sure everybody received his package, but that's not all. Up till now, we got some that we're distributing from the center.
Interesting. Well, it's very good that individuals are coming in to extend such gestures to the federation, and maybe some other people are watching would be inspired to do the same.
Yeah. I think the Tony's first experience was not very good because we had a lot of constraints. Releasing the container and all those things. But I hope you will understand the way things work. So, but finally we were able to do it, and we insist that we must have to do it, and we've done it, and we are happy that we promised and we've delivered.
How was the feeling like going to up country and distributing these equipments to the people? Unexpected. I mean, they must be feeling very, very excited.
I wish we had some of the clips we got from the presentations, and all of them expressed their appreciation to the gesture by Tony and the Football Federation. Like we said, we could have kept it around the Greater Banjul area, but we make sure everybody enjoyed from it. And like in LRR, the president also emphasized, Tony has been there once, and he liked what he saw there. So going there, delivering things from Tony, make them to be more, feel they are part of the federation, and Tony is giving something back to them after visiting them. So the same thing with in Sierra, when we met the president, Mba did the same expression. So I think they all appreciated it. It's just, for us, it was tiring. To go all the way to Basse and come back the same day. Yeah, it was, but I think at the end of the day, it worth it. It worth doing it.
It's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Well, your department has been doing fantastic in terms of developing and all of that. Let's take you back a little. We have seen a lot of programs being introduced by the technical department, and one of the key programs that you have introduced this year and previous years is training coaches, which are very, very important. They are key factors when it comes to developing football in the country. Now, tell me, how key is this when it comes to having your technical department boosted by all of these coaches you have trained?
Thank you, Mariama. I think the most important thing here is when we talk about the Gambia Football Federation, our number one responsibility is to develop football in the Gambia. And that is not only in Banjul, it should be across the board, all over the Gambia Football Federation, we are responsible to develop. And you can only develop something that you've got knowledge in.
Absolutely.
If you don't have knowledge, if you don't have the personnel, forget about it. And in coaching, one of the most important players is the coach.
Yeah.
The coach must be somebody knowledgeable and must have to be able to transmit that knowledge to the players for them to be better players tomorrow. So for instance, today, how many players are leaving the Gambia? So many.
Yeah.
You give credit to the coaches. Even we more income coming to this country. You know, at times we just downplay sports and football especially.
Right.
Doing you a favor, yes, they will give you a field for free, they will give you security, they will give you everything, but you pay for the hotel. They're bringing some income back into the Moroccan economy, even though they've got enough, but they all is we want to make sure that every year each region will knowledge. We not. We want to make sure our coaches are trained. And presently, as we speak, we are negotiating, or we are still trying to regularize our papers with CAF to make sure we can run our B and A license. It's a difficult task, yes.
Yeah.
We've been going back and forth, we've been going to and back all the time with CAF to make sure our papers are confirmed or finalized or approved,
Yeah.
so that we can run our courses. But we make sure that all coaches must be trained. At least a D and C license is available, whereas just for the past 2 years, we've produced close to 100 C license
Yeah.
coaches and over 500 D license coaches.
And how do you think this is impacting the league directly? Last season, we have seen, coaches, training their players how to score goals. We have seen, a single player, having to break the record for a couple of years. That is as a Mustafa Drame becoming United. And we have also seen the female side also, the female league also improving a lot. So would you say this is as a result of coaching, upgrading themselves when it comes to their CV?
Yeah, like I said, the head of the family is the face of the family.
Right.
If you have a useless head, the family is useless.
Right.
If you have a useful one, the family is useful or important. The coaches are doing very well. Very well. Look at the level now. Look at the best example. Look at our under 20.
Yes.
We were one of the few countries, or African countries, that will go to a World Cup with over 80%, 85% of local based players.
Right.
And get Gambian foreign based players.
Right.
We have very few professionals. So you give credit to the coaches that train those boys in the
Developing
Gambia.
them, yes.
So they develop them, and now almost like professional contract. And that will just help the coaches to make sure to have more space to develop more players and to come. But everything goes back to, for you to train, you must have the knowledge. You cannot train something. We have the guidelines. Every course. For the D license, the maximum number of, and something like 60 hours.
Okay.
And the C license is 120 hours. 120 hours. And the maximum number of your logbook assignments, then you come back for 10 days.
Wow.
Then you go to the C license, the D license. The D, you break, you do 7, you break, you do 7. At the end of the third 7 days, You've got assessment, which is examination. You've got both practical and theoretical assessment for you to prove. The A license is longer than, it's about 28 days, and you have it in 3 blocks. So it's very demanding, and you must have to be good to do it. You must have to, this is being coordinated by CAF. Before, there used to be so many leakages when it comes to the licensing of coaching at CAF level. But the registrations, all the approvals, everything, even the presentations that we're doing,
so that
are all
is
submitted.
You can cheat
No,
the system.
no, it comes. We don't have any contact with any individual. You send your papers to CMS, they reply to CMS. And when the course ends, in less than 3 days, the certificate will be sent to the CMS. And this that I will give credit to CAF for doing that.
That's quite commendable, and it's very tedious as well. I know the coaches must have gone through a lot.
Tell the coach, I'm stopping here. I'm not going for that. Once the C license is this is what I'm okay with the C license. Yeah.
Well, how does your department monitor all the regions in implementation of your programs?
Yeah, we used to have problem coordinating or monitoring our programs in the region. Because before it was under us, got a lot more on our plates than going to the regions. Because the amount of pressure we got around here. So at the beginning of the year, we were able to convene coordinator, and in the name of Lamin Sambo. Lamin Sambo played football. Lamin Sambo is an instructor. Lamin Sambo was the experience, and with that, he is now solely and wholly responsible for all activities running at the region. So that is one thing we've removed from the desk of the technical director directly to the head of the regional coaches, which is. So this is how we coordinate and monitor our programs in the region. With the leagues, though that department is out of our hand. That is the Football Association dealing direct with the regional coordinator.
I remember some time ago, Lamin Sambo and the team went up country to do a talent search, having grassroots. How did that help the technical department in searching for a new breed of talents?
That is a process. It's a project from FIFA called TDS. That we go around and we screen and we identify. And after identify, the second phase is the group identified are going to be trained at the region by the regional coaches. Find the best out of the lot and bring them down for a campaign and see what we're going to do next with those best players. So it's a FIFA project and it's on. The first phase is gone. We're going to the second phase, which is
when it comes to the national female team. You have been going with them for a while now. The latest was in Morocco when they were playing with Slide, and especially when it comes to their performance. We have seen a new upgrade when it comes to the girls.
I think there is a concern with women's football.
Yes.
And we, the men, should try and encourage women to play football. Because what we're seeing is, as soon as they get married, to somebody yesterday, I was watching the Zone 1 women's final, school final at Serekunda East. Yeah. I told him, and most of the kids playing at the school are first and second division players. Yes. You don't believe that? Yes. So we have a developmental league. Unless and until we see it and we see our national team, even the senior national team, as a developmental national team, we'll be fooling ourselves. We're not ready yet, because look at the size of the girls they're playing with, or the women. It's girls playing against women. Look at the Namibian team, they've got grown-ups.
Yes.
We got kids. Some of those girls playing are still in the school system.
Yes.
You imagine playing in a national team. Not, I can understand one, when we play, we have few players like Asiscore and others who goes to school and then come for training.
Yeah.
But that is only one. When you talk about over 10 of them out of the whole squad going to school. So you see, we have to invest. That is a long-term project. And it also depends whether they won't do the same as their older ones, which is they will get married and stop playing. If we can keep them in the game. And I think they've got more encouragement now, because you've seen girls going out playing in Liberia, playing. Even in China, we have a girl.
Yes.
So if that is an encouragement for us, the men, to let our wives and our children play. Is a major concern. The size and the age of our national team, girls' national team, they are very young.
Yeah.
Very young, 15, 16. Less and until we allow them to grow in the system, then we can always do better.
Now, how would you rate the performance of the girls?
Good. Good. I mean, the ball, you know, they play football. They can control, they pass, they shoot, they head, they tackle. The only thing they use excess force.
Yes.
I'm always scared when they go into each other. They don't stop. They just go and go. You know, like men, they will avoid, but they don't avoid.
Yes.
You know, but you will see. I think I am impressed with the level of women's football in this country compared to other countries. You know, because at times we forgot what's next to us and looking for something further away. Because if you, most of these African leagues, some of these African leagues, they don't even have a women's league. And if they got it, they started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for the past 15 years, for 20 years. And it's just unfortunate that the process doesn't get to the end. We will develop until one stage, and what happens next is they will get married or they will deliver and they will say, no, it's enough, I'm going to take care of my husband.
Right.
If we can get that settled, I think we'll have a better national team in the next 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
So the advocacy plea would be for ladies. No, we are not saying you don't get married, but if you get married, you will still have the opportunity to continue your career as in play football and, you know, have your husband or your family support you in whatever you're doing, which is very, very important. Last season, I've watched the league, in the second division, I've seen footballers come in with their babies when they are playing games. So that is a sign of encouragement. Like if you're willing to do that as a young female growing up, I feel there is a room for improvement. That, you know, family members and husbands could really encourage their girl child or their wives to get into the game proper. And generally, how would you rate the development of female football? Because we have seen the under-17 league, we have seen the under-17, we have seen the league, both the first and the second division. We have seen a huge improvement in terms of goal scoring, both in the first and the second division.
Funnily enough, there are better and bigger number of girls playing in football. Yeah, in West Coast, around 4 years. I go to a village called Kabakel, which is next to Marikisa.
Yes.
I go there as often as possible. You've got girls' league. Marikisa, in Sifo, Kabakel, Penjem, and these are good players. And look at this qualified for the second division. It's from that end.
Yes.
And most of these girls playing in the national team are coming from that end, from West Coast region. You know, so I think it's good. It's something maybe with male football we will concentrate around the Greater Banjul area. Or with women football, I think we will start talking about girls playing in the West Coast League. They better, and they look at all the best players play. I saw them when we traveled. Most of them came from Brikama.
Yes, yes.
You know, so at least I think the future is bright for women's football. It's just we just have to do it properly. We've been having constraints with grounds to play our leagues.
Yeah.
And if you have problem even this year with the other teams that are ready now, I think the organization of the female league will be much better, and more attention will be given to the women's league because they deserve that. They're also coming up and they got that passion just like the boys.
Yes.
They got the girls got the passion. I saw two of the girls when they lost. They cried all day. One of them cried all the way. When we are coming back, I called her there, but I cried. I said, no, if I go home, what am I going to tell my parents?
Right.
Your parents know, they know already. They were following it on the social media.
Yeah.
So all you know is you got a long way. You're still going to school. You're playing in a senior national team. You're playing against your aunts and your moms. So one day you will get there, you will be playing against the younger one. Now you're on the receiving end. So all you do is just concentrate, go back, do well in your team, make sure you're invited the next time the national team is called. Then from there you can pick it up.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure talking to you, sir. Maybe you have any other, if you have any other addition to do before we call it a day.
Yeah, I think off the mic we are talking about the coming league, which is it's not my department though.
Yes.
But when you talk about the technical aspect, because the coaches are in that league, and the players that are playing are all, some of them are all part of the development, and I'm expecting to see a very entertaining season this year.
Talking about coaches, we have the transfer market open now.
Yeah,
moving
for both coaches and players. Coaches are moving all over, you know. So at least it's getting a little bit. It's not on paper, but naturally we have a semi-professional league now. At least there is some money going in and out. So until in the next 2 years when we want to have a professional league, I think we're doing well. We're doing well, and I think we're preparing both the players and the coaches and teams for life ahead, which is when the professional league is here, all the requirements in the professional league, and players and coaches will earn better than what they earn today. As amateur player, it affects the player, but it also affects the professional team. What they pay you and what they pay players playing in a professional league is different. So if we can have a professional league, then whenever our players are going, the team will generate more funds, and that fund will be plowed back into the team and help your team. So the player also will generate something to take back home, because most of the team, your parents will provide breakfast, you'll be buying your own breakfast. And it's nothing, it's just incentive given to them. It's not salary. They call it salary, but it's not salary. If you players earning £300,000 a week, that's a salary.
That is a salary.
300,000 is close to £1 million.
Absolutely.
Every month. So that's a salary. But what we give them here, they house when they cannot pay bills, you know, all of them, maybe they've got parents supporting them. But when we have a professional league, there will be $1 million that should be played to a team to participate in the league. There must be certain structures in place for you to hold this. Maybe one day the competition department will come and give you more about this professional league. Well, certainly. I mean, as we're talking, they are touring the length and breadth of the country to, let their stakeholders know how important it is to know, to understand what they are doing in terms of competition, in terms of important. So Monday, Ahmad will be here with Pasule, of course, the head of competition, and of course, Bakare Burama Balde, to give you more update about the tour, standardizing the league, and what is your expectation? The league is coming, it's all excitement. We have seen last season, it went to the wire, like the last day, Falcons here, Real de Banjo here. What are You didn't talk about the biggest thing.
What is
the biggest thing is going back for Cup of Nations.
I was going to end with biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
Of course.
That's the biggest joy we've got.
You are the head of technical department. Like, how is that? How was that news?
We all part of it. We are the
Absolutely.
one developing the players.
Yeah, from the
They're
grassroots
going
level.
to Europe. We should always thank God
Yeah.
because a lot of people came in and left.
Yes.
Some are alive, some are gone. People invested their life, their money, their time, a lot of things in this game from 1950 to today.
Yeah.
They never saw the team going for competition.
Yeah.
We are alive, we see them go for the second time. If it was once, we'll say it's a fluke.
Yes.
But when looking for to a very good performance,
Yeah.
we've been there, we set the bar very high,
Hi, yes.
we make life difficult or go over the bar.
For the year.
You know, so that's the biggest excitement that is ahead of us.
Yes.
The league, yes, with the new teams coming for the first time, and to have a bit of what is football in the fourth division, with teams like Ports and Hawks in
Yes.
the second division.
In the second division.
And
yes.
the second division is getting tougher. You know,
Yes.
DK Milan is in the second division. So that will also development.
Yes.
Before, people don't want championship matches in England because it was
At the lower level.
very low. I
Yes.
don't want to. It was very low.
Yeah.
But now, because of the level is going up, bigger teams are also dropping down.
Yeah.
So if we can have the second division as solid as the fourth division, then automatically one day the third division will be as solid as the fourth and the second division.
The perfect example is when we have FA Cups. Like, the teams in the second division trash.
Yeah, because those teams in the lower leagues have nothing to lose.
Yes.
You just go there, you see that it's down, means they are not full. So that's it. They just go there and they just give it a go. At times they win. When you win them, it's normal. But when they win, you win.
Yeah.
And I just hope we'll have enough time to do everything and play our FA Cup,
Yeah.
which has not been done for some time now.
Yes.
And I think overall everything is okay with us, and we look forward to a very successful coming season.
You know, most of the times when we qualify, people will only see the finished product. You know, grooming all of this grassroots talent that we have in the country and making sure that they play in the top league of the country. That is, you know, potential to the big boys when it comes to talent promotion. But thank you very much, Mr. Long, for coming through and of course talking about the presentation, which is very, very important, and giving opportunity for these people also to get what people here in Urban Gambia are having, because it's very important when we talk about materials, when we talk about equipment. These are key factors. Thank you very much for that, distributing it all the way to the
We should say thank you to Tony Sani also.
to Tony, yes, for shipping in all the goods all the way to the Gambia. And of course, we are hoping to see more of this. And of course, we spoke about the national team, the female national team and their improvement, and also we also talk about the coaches' improvement, which is very, very important. Well, thank you very much. I hope to have you back here. If you don't come back, we just come to you. because Uncle Samson Kiribala didn't go back. Didn't go fake it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. And to our viewers, thank you very much for always logging on to watch our Facebook broadcast. It's been really, really fantastic. You watching us all the way. My name is Mariam Obojang, and I have a fantastic team here behind the production. Omar Toure has been behind the production. Of course, my Koma, Mariam Koma, thank you very much for putting this all together. I have my boss, Master E, for having like so everything. I want to have a chit chat. You know, this young man has been doing a fantastic job when it comes to women's football. He has been with the female team in Morocco. I'll bring him here to have a chit chat with him. Exactly. Because I want him to tell me an insight how these girls feel, the reality, and how excited they feel when they play for Gambia. Well, that's all we have for you today. Join Amadou on Monday for another Football House all day. Thank you very much and have a fantastic day. Juma Mubarak.